Hello students, I am Seetu Jaiswal, Assistant Teacher from Government Inter College, Chamrauli, Unnao. I welcome you in this class of English. Today we are going to study an important topic from your syllabus, that is comprehension. Let's begin today's class. Students, on the completion of this class, you will be able to actively think about what is happening in a text while reading it. You will be able to read with a question in mind, which requires you to skim and scan during reading. You will be able to solve questions based on the passage. You will be able to solve vocabulary questions on the passage. Students, now we will know what is comprehension. Comprehension is made of the verb comprehend, which means to understand. Comprehension is the ability to understand. Comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of written text. A comprehension usually consists of a passage and questions based on the given passage. A comprehension allows one to express what one grasps in a simple and clear manner. Students, comprehension is very important and can be used to develop one's reading and writing skills, to expand one's vocabulary, to help one grasp information. Thus, the study of the art of comprehension enables to comprehend the main idea contained in the passage to answer the questions that follow the concerned passage. Sometimes we take reading and comprehension as the same, but there is difference between reading and comprehension. Let's see what. Reading involves translating text into sounds or spoken words. Comprehension involves deriving meaning from those words. The purpose of reading is comprehension, which means getting meaning from written text. Students, here are the signs of comprehension difficulties. Confusion about the meaning of words and sentences. It is because you are lacking in vocabulary. Inability to connect ideas in a passage. Difficulty in distinguishing significant information from minor details. Lack of concentration during reading. Students, we know that comprehension consists of a passage with a set of questions based on the given passage. In order to fully understand the passage and answer the questions accurately, we must follow certain guidelines. Read the passage carefully. Read the passage second time and identify the essential points. Study the set of questions thoroughly. Next, refer to each question and locate the answers in the passage. Usually, the questions appear in chronological order, which means that the answers of first few questions appear in the beginning of the passage, while the answers of the subsequent questions will appear in the later part of the passage. The answer should be written in proper order for each of the questions. Answer the questions in your own words using keywords from the passage or the question if necessary. The answer should be written in the same tense in which the question has been asked, irrespective of the tense in the passage. If the passage has to be given a title, select a title based on the main idea, main character or main event. Avoid spelling mistakes, grammar and punctuation errors. Always cross-check the answers with the questions and the passage itself. Students, Now we know what is comprehension and how can we solve the comprehension exercise. Here is a comprehension exercise for the practice. First we will read it. Let's read it. Secularism is the very soul of Indian society and the democracy. India has a tradition of coexistence, tolerance, cooperation and mutual respect between all its social and religious groups. Islam came to India with Muslim conquerors. A large number of natives turned Muslims over the period and presently they make the second largest community of our nation. The contribution of Islam to Indian culture and civilization has been spectacular. It added variety, color and richness to native heritage. Islam enriched India with architectural wonders, the most precious being Taj Mahal, the symbol of aesthetic India. Christianity had preceded Islam to India. St. Thomas, the 12 disciples of Christ, arrived in India to preach his message when St. Peter was in Rome. Parsis came to India in 8th century to escape from religious persecution in Iran. They brought Zoroastrianism. Jews sailed to India 2000 years ago to settle down in Mumbai, Pune, Kochi and Delhi. Hinduism itself was a religious conglomeration of thousands of sects having distinct beliefs, rituals, customs and practices. 3 nearly different religions branched out of it, namely Buddhism, Jainism and Sikhism, having separate places of worship and holy books. In all, India remained a shining example of unity in diversity, nowhere else found in the world. Honoring this eternal spirit of India, our constitution makers declared our nation to be a secular state without any discrimination. Although the people of our country are deeply religious and they don't harbor any ill will or intolerance against other faiths. Even during the freedom struggle, the leaders who led it made secularism a basic policy to rally all the people against the British. To divide the Indians, the colonial rulers tried to destroy file spirit of secularism by aiding and abetting communal forces. Some of our people forgot that sacred tradition and played in the hands of British. Our country paid a terrible price for that lapse. India got divided into 2 nations and we lost father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi to the bullets of a degenerated fanatic who had no use for our secular legacy. It should teach us a lesson that only secular spirit will keep India going. Students, this is the passage for the practice. Now, after reading this passage, we will identify the main points in this passage. Tradition of coexistence, tolerance, cooperation and mutual respect. The most precious being Taj Mahal. Islam, Christianity, Parsis, and Jews. These are the religions which came to India from foreign lands. India remained a shining example of unity in diversity. Our country paid a terrible price for that lapse. We lost father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi. Secular spirit will keep India going. The students, we have identified the main points in the passage. Now let's look at the questions. The first question is, what has been the tradition of India? Which religions came to India from abroad? What is the most precious gift of Islam to our country? Question number 4 is, what has India been the shining example of? Question number 5 is, what price India paid for its lapse in secularism? And question number 6 is, find words from the passage that are close in meaning to the words or phrases listed below. Students, the answers to the first 5 questions can be found in the different parts of the passage. These answers can be found by locating keywords given in the questions. Let's see the keywords in the questions. In the first question, the keyword is the tradition of India. In question number 2, the keyword is religions. Question number 3, the most precious gift of Islam to our country. In question number 4, the keywords are the shining example. In question number 5, the keyword are India paid for its lapse in secularism. The students, you can find the answers to these questions by locating keywords in the passage. And question number 6, it tests your vocabulary. You must locate the words in the passage according to the meaning given in the question, according to the meaning to the words or phrases listed below. Now, let's see how each question is answered. Yes, answer number 1. Tradition of India has been secular, based on coexistence, tolerance, mutual respect and cooperation between all sections of the society and communities. Answer number 2 is Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism and Jewish faiths came to India from the foreign lands. Answer number 3 is Taj Mahal is the most dazzling gift of Islam to our country besides other architectural marvels. Answer number 4 is India has been the most shining example of unity in diversity in the whole world. And answer number 5 is, as a result of the lapse in secularism, our country was partitioned into two countries. We lost the father of the nation to the bullets of a communal-minded youth. And answer number 6, which is based on the vocabulary. Students, these are the words we have located in the passage according to the meaning of these words. Acceptance means tolerance. Very impressive matches to spectacular. Oppression, the word we have found in passage is persecution. To keep feeling secret in your mind for a long time. The word we have found in the passage according to the meaning given in this line is harbor. The students, we have practiced this comprehension passage. We know that comprehension requires good reading and writing skills. It requires having good vocabulary. Yes, students, if you are lacking in vocabulary, you may fail to grasp the meaning given in the passage. For this, it is necessary for you to expand or upgrade your vocabulary. Here are the tips to improve your comprehension skills. For this, you must read widely by reading a range of books, newspapers, magazines, etc. You should upgrade your vocabulary and practice more and evolve a deeper understanding of any text that is read. Students, here is a homework for you. In this, I have given you this passage for the practice. Read the passage given below and answer the questions that follow. Let's read this passage. The Amazon is the world's largest tropical rainforest. It is roughly the size of the continent of Australia and covers an area of nearly 2.8 million square miles. The Amazon rainforest gets its life from the majestic Amazon River, which runs through the heart of the region. Amazon is also the second largest river in the world. The rainforest is simply the drainage basin for the river and its tributaries. The vast forest consists of 4 layers, each featuring its own ecosystems and especially adapted plants and animals. The forest floor is the lowest region, since only 2% of the sunlight can filter through the top layers to the understory. Very few plants grow there. The forest floor, however, is rich with rotting vegetation and bodies of dead animals, which quickly break down and get integrated into the soil as nutrients. Tree roots stay close to these available nutrients and decomposers such as millipedes and earthworms use these nutrients for food. The understory is the layer above the forest floor. Much like the forest floor, only about 2 to 5% of the sunlight reaches this shadowy realm. Many of the plants in the understory have large, broad leaves to collect as much sunlight as possible. The understory is so thick that there is very little air movement. As a result, plants rely on insects and animals to pollinate their flowers. Students, this is the passage and these are the questions based on the passage. Let's see. Which is the world's second largest river? How important is the Amazon River for Amazon rainforest? Why do very few plants grow in the understory of the rainforest? Why is there very little air movement in the understory? Find words from the passage that are close in meaning to the words or phrases listed below. Impressive, a small river. Students, here you see that the first four questions are based on the passage and the number 5 question test your vocabulary. The answer to the first 4 questions can be found by locating the keywords in the questions, and the answers to the last 5 question, 5th question, can be found by locating the words in the passage according to the meaning given in the question. Yes, students, let's see the keywords in the questions. In the first question, the keyword is world's second largest river. Question number 2, the keyword is the Amazon river for Amazon rainforest. In question number 3, the keywords are few plants grow in the understory of the rainforest. In question number 4, the keyword is very little air movement. Yes, students, with the help of these keywords, you can find the answers to these questions. Thus, students, you can answer these questions as I have told you in this class. I hope all of you have understand about the comprehension and how can you improve your reading comprehension skills. I hope all of you have understood this class very well. Thank you very much.